Thank you so much for your time for Radio Fارسیلند. May I ask you to just introduce yourself to us, who you are, who Wendy is?
I'm from New Zealand. I was born and bred mostly in Auckland. Spent some time in Waikato, and I grew up learning how well solidarity works, and I became an activist in anything that was going on that I felt strongly about. So that was what I did. I grew up, had 5 beautiful children, something to do to help this fight in Iran.
As we've seen you supporting Iranian community in pretty much all the protests, where and when and how was when you first heard about Mahsa Amini's death?
How I felt about it was broken. I was broken. I heard about Mahsa because from my return home in April, until then, I had been trying to look into the way that things happen in Iran, some history of what's going on in Persia, and these things to start to learn, because I was really disappointed to find out how little I'd been exposed to in my education and how tainted the media was. That first day that the video of her being beaten and put into that van by those 2 men, that was the day I found out the words morality police. There's nothing moral about any of it.
You saw the advertisement for the protests for 1st of October.
Yeah.
And you came. And
yeah.
Just tell me about that day.
Okay, so it must have been not long after Nika died, and they stole her body and all that. You know, Nika is somebody that I couldn't really separate from myself. When I watched her and when I saw what they did to her, this could be my daughter. This could be my daughter, and that girl that she was, singing and fun and rebel, you know. This is my daughter. So shortly after this happening to Nika, I find out somehow about our first meeting, you know. My daughter Harriet and I and Dave got face paint on and made our signs and did all that stuff to go and just be there. When we first came up into the square from the car park, I was taken aback a little bit to see everybody around. There was so many people there that day. Everybody with their umbrellas, and you know, the rain it was amazing for me to see. Stood on that same place, shouting with my fists high, and walked to Queen Street, and done that so much in my life, you know. And I got to see this huge variety of people. A man that was wearing a Kurdish uniform thing, and you know, I could just see this. All these people were hurting, you know, like me. That day, like me. And what I saw there, I could tell this is not just some protest to come and make some noise. This is a revolution. This is a thing that's got all these different people to be standing and shouting together. That day, it seemed like everybody was the staunch, involved, strong person of the group. Do you know, everybody. I cried. I watched people hurting, and I felt that hurt inside me.
What is your message to first Iranian people and then the rest of the world?
Over the last couple of months, small things that happened, like one time when somebody got up with the microphone and other people were upset because they were calling out some things, and you know, there was some things started to happen of unrest. Slowly grown to be where we've divided into more people, into more small groups. Not everybody is together still. And so I really am unhappy about that. The way we win everything is by all of us, as different as we are. We're standing together, and our word is shoulder to shoulder we stand, and divided we fall. Because none of the groups themselves are strong enough. Each little group has lost all their power because they're not standing as one big group. This is what's happened in history. It's what I've learnt about my own experiences with it being an activist. If you stand together, you are strong. As soon as you let yourself get distracted by other things and aren't with each other, you lose. This is as simple as that. Any disgusting government, any dictatorship that needs to go is a long and difficult process. The rest of the world, I think the whole world needs to know this is something that affects every single one of us. The Islamic Republic being in power controls every one of us in every part of the world in some way. Their money is inside a corporation that's controlling the cost of my food prices. Their money is in control of a corporation that is fixing the value of my car. Disgusting treatment that's been happening for the last 44 years, you know. We will be safer. We will be able to be happier. We need to stand with them. We need to stand together for ourselves as much as them.
Thank you so much, Wendy, for all your love and support to Iranian people. And yeah, let's hope for the victory soon.
I guess something that is nice to close with is that when I stand with all of these beautiful people who are suffering, you know, that supports the pain in my heart. It gives me support, and I know that just being there supports other people. So that's me and them, my love doing that, you know.
Thank you, Wendy. Thank you.
Shine.